بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. To those who say that, we wish that the scholars did not differ so much in their opinions about the different issues and different questions, I would like to tell you a story. Imam Malik, rahimahullah, Imam Malik is one of the greatest scholars of Islamic history, and he lived in the first and second century of the Hijrah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He was asked by the Khalifa, by the Amir al-Mu'mineen at the time, to actually make copies of his book Al-Muwatta, so that these copies would be distributed to the various parts of the Islamic Khilafah, going to Egypt, to other parts of North Africa, going to Iraq, going everywhere, and that this would be accompanied by a mandate from the Khalifa that everybody should follow this madhab or this approach of Imam Malik, rahimahullah. Imam Malik made this profound statement. He said, "Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, la taf'al." Oh, Amir al-Mu'mineen, do not do that. And why? He said, because the companions of the Prophet ﷺ traveled to different places, and the followers of the companion did the same, and they had differences in their approach, differences in their opinion. Now, in every country, in every part of the Muslim world, there is a prevailing madhab, if you will, or there is a prevailing approach that people take to the questions about practicing Islam. And if you try to force them to follow only one approach, that would be very difficult for them. It would be too difficult. So in other words, avoid forcing people to do something that they don't like. And actually, there's great wisdom in that this response by Imam Malik, rahimahullah, was actually a way to preserve, or a very important factor in preserving the knowledge of the various Sahaba, the various companions of the Prophet, and the various tabi'een, the generations to follow. And now we end up with this wealth of diverse opinions and diverse methodologies to actually derive the rulings from the Quran and the Sunnah and all other sources of jurisprudence, that this becomes, in my mind, and I'm not exaggerating when I say that, this is a part of the divine plan by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to preserve this deen, to preserve his religion, to preserve not only the Quran, but to preserve the Sunnah, which helps us to understand the Quran, and to preserve the opinions and the approaches of all these great scholars, in order to have this flexibility and the diversity of opinion, from those who strictly follow the text, to those who look beyond the text, to those who have a different hierarchy of evidence, so that they can come to a conclusion that is better for the particular situation at hand, to those who look at the maqasid, or the objectives of the global objectives of Sharia, in order to distinguish and evaluate the various opinions and follow that which attains more benefit and minimize the harm. So next time when you think of, oh my God, why is there so many madahib? Why is there, Shafi'i and Hanafi and Hanbali and Maliki and Zahiri and all these different approaches? Actually, you should feel proud rather than disappointed or saddened by this. This is not division. This is diversity. This is flexibility. This is indeed a mercy from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And indeed, it is part of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's plan to preserve this deen and preserve it for us until this world comes to an end. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala benefit us from what we say and what we hear. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.